news time, children. I'm joined by Tim because it's been a big month in digital sports.
Yes, it's been a big month in esports, and kicking it off was the International for the biggest event in esports history, and coming out the victor's Newbie.
Yes, congratulations to Newbie for claiming the first prize of $5 million out of a prize pool of just under $11 million.
Yeah, and TI4 also saw the move to Key Arena, which is a big basketball arena. 17,000 tickets sold out in less than an hour. It's fantastic to see a stadium jam-packed full of Dota fans watching some great Dota. But there was a lot of changes in terms of how the game was played this year with Newbie and as well as Vici Gaming, who came second. A lot of push strats, so a lot of games were finishing very quickly, including the grand final.
As in the final game, it only got to 15 minutes before Vici had to call GG and concede the thing. Compared to last year's grand final where it went to about 45, 50 minutes, and it was just the closest, most spectacular final that one could imagine.
Yeah, went to the full best of 5, fully hype. I think that was probably one of the reasons that TI4 didn't quite live up to the hype of TI3.
Yeah, but nothing could live up to the hype of that. But you also had a lot of major names from TI3 who just didn't even make it through TI4. You had Alliance, last year's champions, who were knocked out in the second phase this year.
Yeah, and other big names like Navi and EG and DK not actually making it to the grand final like a lot of people thought they would.
But it's just because that the Ultimate teams, they just had the meta, they even had the shifting meta figured out, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And I think one thing that they could have improved on was the prize pool distribution, because $8.5 million ends up going to the Chinese scene. Would have liked to seen some more of that money go to some scenes that needed it. But they had a newbie stream as well.
Yeah, they did have the newcomers stream as well for people who are semi-familiar with Dota, but at the same time who can't quite get their head around the deep mechanics of the game. So for people like me, it was rather valuable. I'm not too sure what it was like for people completely new to the game, especially for the people who are tuning in to ESPN3 and watching it through their television.
Yeah.
So just another sign that the International and that Dota is very serious business. So it'll be interesting to see what TI5 is like, to see if they manage to spread the prize pool a little bit more, or to have more teams perform at the main event as opposed to this year where they only had 8 of the 16 make it through to Key Arena. But of course, that wasn't the only thing that took place this month.
Fighting games was another big thing in this month. So we had EVO and some very interesting results coming out, like Justin Wong winning Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
At long last, and didn't he celebrate?
Yes, he fell over. He was so ecstatic that he fell over. As well as Mango winning Super Smash Melee. And Luffy as well, winning Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yes, the first European to take out the Street Fighter at EVO.
Yeah, usually we see like the Japanese or Koreans dominating that game, but it's really good to see some different, like even playing Rose. It's some surprising results and good to see. Good for EVO. Can't wait till next year. It'll be interesting to see if they bring in the new Smash Brothers for next year.
Yeah, there will be both, because Melee people are very much rooted in that game. But it's very much a story of two different esports scenes, both increasing prevalent as well. You have, on one hand, you have EVO, which is very much still very community-based, still by the people, for the people. So it is just everyone shouting in a hotel room. And then you have the other extreme of the International, where it is that tens of thousands of cheering fans in a basketball stadium. It is a good time for esports, that's for sure, isn't it, Tim?
Yes, it is. Can't wait till next year.
And that is everything that's happened in the world, ever.